Yeah. Hi, everyone. You're here with me, Mariana, on the Q&A with OK Student. And today I am being joined by...
AT Islam again. And I'm glad to see you here, Mariana. And thanks for inviting me.
Of course, we always have great chats, man. I always enjoy doing these lives with you. How does it feel being here for the second time?
Yes, of course, there is a lot more to share and talk and discuss about what's going on at this moment in the UK and UK education. And it's always fun talking to you about this because you know really a bit about how the study and work and living in the UK. And also, I've also been doing this for quite a while.
Exactly. You're such an expert already as well. And really, guys, if you need help in going to a UK university and applying, do fill in our form at okstudent.co.uk/form so that an advisor just like AT will be able to help you and answer all of your questions.
Yes, we are here. Please don't hesitate to put your comments below. Yes, anything related to UK higher education. So, Mariana, how are you doing today?
Yeah, I'm good. It's raining here, and that's quite annoying. It's been raining for a few days here in Bristol. We've had thunderstorms, and I feel like I'm in a bit of a tropical country at the moment.
Yes.
How's your life been treating you?
Yeah. It's the same, similar here. It's British summer, and surprising me anyway. So, British summer is like more rain, more wind. Sometimes we get sun, which is a kind of a joy for entire nation.
It's been so good, each time we get sun, because we have a great balcony here, and I know you have a great garden as well. Yeah. And it's so good to be able to enjoy this little bit of outside space.
Yes, it does. So we are looking for another sunny week to next week, most likely, and maybe rain after then.
Exactly. So how are you? Because we're in the middle of July, right? So how are you seeing the beginning of the school year as well? And are you excited because you're going to be doing a placement? Sorry, June.
Yeah,
this is what June,
I started my placement a week ago. And I'm feeling really, really good about it because I've been waiting for this opportunity for a long time, working for full time for organization like OK Student, because I'm working with it since the beginning. And also, it excites me to talk and communicate with the students from across the globe. And the funny fact is, which I never thought that I would ever help a Filipino student, which came across weeks ago, and we're glad that we processed his application in Chester University for Masters in Public Health.
Oh man, that's so cool. It's so amazing the amount of nationalities that we're getting of students. We have students from all over the world, really, and it's amazing to be able to contact with all of these different people. What was the funnest part? What is the funnest part for you about contacting with so many different people from so many different nationalities?
Well, this is always very, it's a part of my interest. I enjoy a lot talking to people from different countries, from different culture, and I learn a lot from them. I think this is a part of life where you learn through work. And, particularly if I talk about this, Filipino students, it was really, really enjoyable for me to knowing their kind of interest in higher education and also the life over there. I had few phone calls with him and also his parents. So they were quite serious, focused, and also very sincere about what they're going to do. And I spoke a lot of students from Pakistan, India, Bangladesh, sometimes from Sri Lanka, from Kenya. I had a phone call last week with one of the potential students who wants to do public administration in the UK. She's very ambitious about her journey. And that's gives me an inspiration to keep carry on my work. This is an kind of a helping hand where me as a student helping or guiding or maybe mentoring another student who wants to pursue his or her higher education in the UK. And
Exactly.
last week I had a conversation with one of the senior students who is over 40. She has been traveling around the world, selling and also working in a travel as a traveling agent. We're selling like holiday
Like
package,
travel packages, yeah.
yes, and also some properties as well. And she told me like, you know what, I learned from life school. When I had a conversation, I learned from life school, and now I want to get some institutional knowledge to expand it even wider.
Yeah.
I want your help. And that would be, and I felt at the same time, I mean, straight away, like it would be really, it's not for something else, not as a worker, it's ethically, I feel like, yes,
It's a really rewarding job.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's great.
Yes,
And I was so
definitely.
happy, like when we were able to assist her in Nottingham Trent University about her inquiries, about her application process. She was so happy. Like, you know what, I'll never forget your help in my life. So,
Exactly. That's the type of like rewarding work
yeah,
that this allows you to do. Definitely. I just want to take a quick moment to say hi to everyone that's saying hi to us in the live comments on YouTube and Facebook. Don't forget that you can ask us all of your questions in the comments below, either on Facebook and YouTube. I'm Mariana, and I'm here with.
ATM Manul Islam. I'm an OCA student advisor. I'm working full time here as a placement student. If I tell you a little bit about me, who are new in the live, I am an international student here. I have studied college here. I completed my undergrads here, and now I have completed my master's. Now I'm in my placement year. So technically, I'm going to finish my master's next year after the placement year. So I've been studying in Nottingham Trent University, which has been a massive part of my life since I've been in the UK. And now currently working with this amazing team with Oka Student run by our head of strategy and manager, Mariana, and also my longtime friend, Nicholas.
Oh man, it's such a good team, and I'm very happy that we get to be a part of it. And we were talking about mature students. As you were saying, you have a student who's 40, and we actually have Artyom here asking if there's an age limit to apply to a UK university.
I would say basically no. It's all you require your correct qualifications and documents. If you pursue any of the courses, you have to over 18, but there is no limit over 18. You have to be an adult to apply. But
Exactly.
yeah, I graduated my BA honors in international business with one lady. She was 60s, and she had come. I mean, she was in her retiring age, and I was asking like, why did you come back? You know what? I have worked. I have been an entrepreneur in my life. I've done, I think, my bits. Apart from a graduation, a degree, I want to know and explore the institutional journey of an, like a professional learner. And she had done it very well with a first class degree, and that was amazing. Like, we always been curious. I mean, the whole year I was looking into the lady, like in the lecture room, in the seminar. Never asked her. I asked her this question in during the graduation day.
It's so interesting to like see all the different types of people. And it's really cool that you got to have that experience of like studying with someone in their 60s. Like my brother is in his 40s now, and he's taking his first like bachelor's degree right now.
Yeah.
And I often feel that like because we have to apply to university so early, like that when you're a bit older, you can more easily figure out what you want as well. So there's definitely no age limit, and you can go to university at any age, and that will actually benefit you because you'll be much more aware of what you want to do than perhaps you were at 18. And that's why it's also important, like the work that we do here, where basically the work we do here, because we end up advising students as well about their specific courses. So if you are young, you're applying to university, and you don't know what you want to do, or you kind of know what you want to do but aren't sure of what course to do, definitely like fill in our web form at okstudent.co.uk/form, so that we can help you in advising for courses. What do you think of that, AT?
Yeah.
Do you like advising students about that?
Yes, I do. I enjoy a lot. Basically, it gives me a lot of inspiration by myself. I mean, look back to me sometime, like, when I guide someone in any process, for example, application process, choosing a subject. So, according to their interest, and also what I have done when I was in the UK first, choosing my subject. So, that's like sharing my experience and giving a light of what he or she can choose, and that really helps. And sometimes it also reminds me in future what should I do, even not only in the education sector, in the personal and professional life, which is like
Exactly.
reflecting kind of work all the time. And obviously come back to that education, I mean higher education time and age limit. uh, I think Martin has posted something like it says you are allowed to do it under 18, maybe in the university, but you have to have a guardianship signed from your guardians or parents.
Yeah, basically what happens is you can apply at 17. That's the underage limit. So you can apply at 17 and you can enroll at 17 as long as your parents agree, if you have consent from your parents, if you have a legal guardian in the UK. We can definitely help with this as well. So if you're going into foundation year, if you're looking at like attending a bachelor's and you're 1 year ahead of your colleagues, do contact us, because we can definitely help with this as well, in finding a guardianship service or in getting consent from your parents.
Correct.
Yeah.
And also focusing into the education in a mature level, I think there was a great quote said by one of the civil rights activists during back in 1970s. Malcolm X. He said a great word, I mean, quote about without knowledge you're going nowhere. You're not going anywhere, kind of something like that. I'm not really sure if that's the exact quote, but that's the one. And I think this is really very, very true.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. The more knowledge you have, the better it's going to be for you in general, because like, and this doesn't only mean academic knowledge, right? Because university gives you so much more than academic knowledge. Going for an undergrad, especially in a different country, will give you so many transferable skills that you can use basically throughout your life, and a lot of transferable skills that employers will find really important, like responsibility, good communication skills, as sort of like a way that you move about the world,
Yeah.
that being an international student helps you with. I just want to quickly say hi to everyone who's saying hi to us. Hi, Alcina. Hi, Lokash. AT is having a bit of a technical issue. I hope you're all well. Don't forget, you can comment all of your questions below. Let us know what you think of what we're saying. Let us know how your experience has been, if you're studying in the UK already, or if you're thinking about studying in the UK. Don't hesitate. Ask us some questions. Go ahead, AT. Sorry.
Hey. Oh, well, yes. Sorry for this technical problem.
Oh,
Okay.
no, please.
Um,
We have a question here as well from Malena.
mhm.
Asking if it's easy to find a job in the UK while studying. What do
Well,
you think, AT? Because you've had like several jobs since you've been here, right?
yes, I think it's not difficult. It's not difficult for the students or person who wants to get one. It's subjective. It's relative for person to person. But from my point of view, and also the friends I grew up with here in the UK, I've seen like no one being unemployed and never been working like part time. Was very difficult for us. So what is this like? Finding a job in the UK is like doing some steps. when you first arrive in the UK, first take an appointment for NI number, national insurance number, which will allow you to work for any employers. Second thing, get your bank sorted as soon as you are here, and an address. And once you have an appointment for NI number, you will get a reference letter or a reference code
Mhm.
number. Until or unless you get the number and actual NI number, you can use that reference letter to find the employment. And from my point, when I started working first time here in the UK, I did same thing like contacting online with the employers and also finding job online from the websites and also local, uh, what do you call listings, for example, social media hubs,
Mhm.
Facebook, Instagram, Gumtree. So for the part times, they always advertise there for waitress or for example, working in a what do you call off license shop, working in a supermarket part time. So they are quite flexible when they recruit students. They know this is students, so he or she requires special kind of attention, not to give them so much pressure on work, and also give some flexibilities during the exams time. And
Exactly.
it's not difficult to find a job from my side in the UK. Just need
Exactly.
to be active and search for it.
I think that you made a really, really just a lot of good points there. Is an NIN is definitely your place to start, the national insurance number. If you don't know how to apply for it, definitely just search online how to apply for national insurance number, and it will immediately give you the government page that you need to go through to apply for it. So basically, you call them, as AT was describing, you just have to call them, give them your UK address, and book a meeting. And then it's definitely like I really like that you mentioned social media there, because that's definitely not the first place that people would think to look for jobs. But there are so many groups on Facebook of jobs. Like, for example, that was the first thing I did when I moved to Nottingham, was search for the group Portuguese in Nottingham, because it
Yeah,
exists somewhere on Facebook, and I knew it had to exist somewhere on Facebook. So eventually I found it, and it's just people who are Portuguese who immigrated to the UK, who live in Nottingham, and who are constantly like either offering houses, offering rooms, offering jobs, this sort of thing. So, yes, definitely search up jobs plus the city you're moving to, and search your nationality or your country plus the city you're moving to,
yeah,
and you will find a community of people who are really keen on helping everyone find a job.
yeah.
I don't know if you mentioned this, but I really like the university resources as well for finding a job. Do you think these are helpful?
Yes, these are very much helpful, like employability team and also the job shop table where you go, I mean, to find jobs advertised by the local um, shops or local businesses. So they normally offers part-time jobs suitable to the students, and they let the university know. I mean, specifically the employability team, and employability team actually holds those positions and helps students to get on with them. And also university itself as a good source of employment, like student ambassadorships, student buddies in different occasions and events. So student ambassadorship, it allows you to work with different departments of the university. Maybe you are working with like open days, so when the students come to visit the university for open days, so those student ambassadors actually helps them to find out the places, and they're paid. And also they can work in the development team, international development team, where the telephone campaigns, I used to do it for Nottingham Trent Uni. And also there can be a student buddy. When the exchange program runs, then student comes into the campus from different countries, so they need someone from local university or city who knows the city better. So they just take them, go and go around with them, and also they take classes and lessons during that programs along with the visiting students. So they're getting paid while they're learning, which is really
Exactly. Exactly. It's honestly, and working with the university is one of the most flexible jobs out there as well, because your university will not book shifts over lectures or over seminars or anything that you have to do for your course. It's going to be definitely the first place to go if you're looking for a job.
Yeah, definitely.
Um, we have a couple of questions here from Instagram, and Joanna has also asked a similar question, which is Mughal Wajia. I
Mhm.
probably murdered your name, and I'm incredibly sorry. They have asked how if it's possible to get a visa without IELTS. And this is also the question of Joanna here. So, what are the main requirements for a visa, and can I get a visa without IELTS? So, do you want to take that, visa expert?
Well, visas are subjective. It's very from outside the European Union for
They're an
international.
alchemist. They're an alchemist art.
Yeah,
It's like
it is. I mean, without IELTS, yes, some institution may offer you an off a place. For example, from some certain countries, from India, not all over the India, from certain places of India. For example, Delhi, um, Bangalore, Hyderabad, or South sides. The students from those areas, they are really, I mean, there's British immigration, UKVI, and also universities. They accept their high school and undergraduate English qualifications. And if the university are satisfied with a student's English level through their from their school or high school or previous qualification, then it's fine. UKVA has nothing to do with that.
Mhm.
UKVA is only examined that if university is offering him or her a place with that qualification. That's all. And obviously, it's not for all the countries. Maybe in some places or some countries, the student who actually studied in an English medium school or college or university for undergrad, they are considered sometimes.
Yeah,
This is very much subjective than in every other places. But normally, they ask you to do an English test, which can be IELTS, which can be TOEFL, maybe
exactly.
Pearson's in some extent, maybe now Duolingo.
Exactly. So that's what I was going to say is like what I know is that you need to do a secure English language test, so a CELT. And
South,
IELTS UKVI is one of the options, but you don't have to do IELTS. You can do like another CELT type
South,
test.
yes, South sentence. And yeah, this is the pretty much the reality for international students. And I would suggest everyone, if they have a chance to take an English test from South centers, and that will help them or to avoid quite a lot of other formalities.
Exactly, exactly. So as you were mentioning, there are other options, and like Duolingo English test, for example, is quite interesting because they have jumped suddenly as one of the biggest providers. They're quite cheap. They're $49, if I'm not mistaken, to take the test. A few
Mhm.
universities also have their own internal English tests.
Yes.
So that's also an option. So definitely, if you're having issues with a visa and an English test, do let us know. Contact us either through info@okstudent.co.uk or through the form on our website at okstudent.co.uk/form. And we'll definitely be able to help you with all of your questions in regards to exams and visa.
Yeah. And also, if you want to book an appointment with any of our advisors, I think we have these options in our website. You can actually book an virtual appointment to discuss anything about your higher education, including visa and the process of application.
Exactly. And the meeting's completely free. It's just a call to figure out what you're looking for and how we can help you if if you're looking to apply for a UK university. We also have another question that doesn't have to do with the visa, but I wanted to ask you, did you take IELTS, and how did you find IELTS? Was it easy? Was it difficult?
Well, it's again, it's subjective. It depends on the students. I mean, it depends on how you are actually practicing before you taking the exam. IELTS has four bands, I mean, four parts, which is listening, reading, writing, and speaking. So you have to like go through with the four screening during the test. So if the students has like an average, I mean, minimum average level of English knowledge, he or she should be fine going through all those bands. But definitely, there are some guides and also some what do you call preview practice papers online,
Hmm.
British Council's websites, and also IDP. So then not only provide you those online guidance, they also give you like online test facilities now because of the COVID situation. So you can practice online test, which is mock test with British Council and IDP, so you can actually judge yourself or get an idea yourself. What I mean, after practicing few days, maybe few weeks or months, you can take and practice mock tests and find it out, like how what is my position at this moment, and then you can actually make a decision to book an exam, real exam. And I would always suggest everyone to take mock test after practicing a few weeks. Then take one or two or three mock tests, and then book an exam. And this gives you really good confidence to go through. And if you do those things, it shouldn't be a big problem for you. And the student will.
Exactly. Exactly. So I really think that like with IELTS and exams of this sort is really just knowing the test more, because it is a really it's easy if you have the level of English as you were saying, but it's really important to get to know the test and
Test.
get to know what the four bands are.
If you have, I mean, good English knowledge, you will be okay to go with that. But this is technically the formation of the exam is a bit different. It's not like speaking English fluently or writing English fluently, but the structure of the exam. So when you're going to write your IELTS paper, so there will be two questions. One will be like a medium-sized paragraph. One second one will be an essay. So you have to have like a show demonstrate your knowledge in academic writing, argument,
Exactly.
counter, I mean, establishing argument, and also synthesizing with ideas. Those are the things which they are looking for. And obviously your fluency in English is it will going to help you.
Exactly. But I feel like it's like a driver's test. Have you, because you drive, right? You know what I'm talking about. It's like
Yeah.
the technical driver's test where you're like just answering a few questions, and you know that all they want to know is if you can answer that in that specific way that they want you to answer it.
Yeah, yeah,
So it's
yeah.
definitely about getting to know the test more than anything else.
Yes, yeah. I mean, practice would be the great thing before taking the test. That's what.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So I see somebody posted the link there. So under here you have the link if you need it for all of these practice tests for IELTS. If
Mhm.
you're looking at doing Cambridge or doing different types of tests, do let us know. Contact us through okstudent.co.uk/form, and we can help you make those decisions and see if your chosen university carries the tests that you want to do.
If I share you like one little experience about IELTS, like last week, I mean, sorry, 2 days back, I was talking to the Filipino student who he has to take an IELTS now. So he has no idea about IELTS. So when I was talking to him, he was so good at English. I realized it. So when I asked him to just go and visit British Council IDP, and within like few hours, he got the idea, and then he's starting practicing now, and I'm quite confident that he's gonna get a really good score.
That's fantastic.
Yes. So practicing and knowing the exam will give you always an advantage. What you're
Exactly.
going to do. Yeah. And I will always
Exactly.
ask students all the time, like to emphasize two bands, like reading and writing. I mean, listening and speaking, you maybe get some benefits of your own knowledge of English, but writing and reading are very different than what you think it is.
Yeah, exactly. Because there are specific like rules in writing for IELTS, and there are specific things that they want from reading.
Yeah.
And like that's my experience as well, where I took Cambridge Proficiency, so CPE, when I was about 16. Um, and the reason why I did that was because I was fluent in English. I was fully fluent. So I went to British Council, like near my town,
Hmm.
and what they told me was like, okay, you're fully fluent. We can see that, but we definitely recommend that you take free months of classes
Hmm.
just so you can get acquainted with the exam. And like honestly, if it wasn't for those 3 months of classes, I would have just failed that exam so bad.
That's the thing. That's that's nothing actually to know about English is about the exam.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So in
And then,
relation to no, go ahead, sorry.
sorry, I've just last one bit about IELTS. Like whoever going to take IELTS for UK higher education, I would suggest them to take UK VI IELTS, which is simply similar, same thing with academic IELTS, other IELTS, but UKVI has a number which actually from UKVI immigration and stuff, so which is really good to process your visa. And if you have any lower band scores in future, maybe you can get another course in the UK. You can
Exactly.
have that number, yeah.
So that's the thing, is like the UKVI is like definitely specific for international students. So if you're looking at doing IELTS and you're an international student, do UKVI instead of IELTS academic. If you're a European student, do IELTS academic, because that's definitely enough for you. You don't need to do a UKVI.
True.
We have actually another question about IELTS here from Mughal, and
Mhm.
they're asking, can I apply for a master's program without IELTS as well?
Well, it's again like yes, in some extent you can apply, and depending on where you are applying from, and also what was the mood of your undergrads, and depending on the university in the UK, if they're going to consider your qualification, which will be okay enough to take without IELTS, and maybe in some cases you will have the access. If not, maybe university will offer you their own internal test to complete the UKVI restrictions. I mean, what do you call requirements?
Yeah, requirements.
So yes, you can start the application process without the IELTS at this moment. Then university may let you know if they're going to accept you without the IELTS, or if they can, maybe they will offer you an conditional place giving an English proficiency test or their internal test as a condition to complete, to make it unconditional.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that's basically it, is you'll always need an exam. So you'll always need a secure English language test
Yes.
to go into a UK university, unless your previous degree was from an English speaking country. So, for
Yeah.
example, I'm a European national, but I've taken my undergraduate my undergraduate degree in the UK in an English speaking university. So I no longer have to prove my proficiency in English if I want to apply for a master's in an English speaking country. However, if your undergraduate degree is from a non English speaking country, you will always need an exam, a secure English language test. So definitely prepare to do that. But IELTS is not your only option.
Yeah.
There are loads of options available, and more now with COVID. There are loads of universities who are now accepting a lot of online tests. So definitely contact us through our form at okstudent.co.uk/form, so we can better help you in figuring out what's the best alternative for you. Is
Yes.
this good? Good? Do you agree?
Yeah, I do. Well,
All
and
right. So,
yeah.
yeah, go ahead.
Uh, the September session is coming closer, and we know that most of the universities are going to open their campus late September or end of the month of September. So we think students who are coming to the UK, they should have some sort of tips from the students who are in, like me and you, who are already in the UK, and how we have actually prepared ourselves before coming to the UK and start our new fresh journey as a student.
Exactly. So we actually have like a few questions here about that. So we have Lokesh asking about the impact on Brexit on EU students for September 20. And I think that that relates to how these students are preparing to come to the UK, and how did Brexit change at any point our relationship to the universities and all of this. So right now there are no changes because of Brexit. There are no new regulations. We don't know if student finance will carry on yet, but we're awaiting on responses for that. Possibly after the pandemic is over, we'll have some answers to give to European students in regard to funding. Nothing has changed in regards to how you come here as a European student. You can still come here. You don't need a visa. You don't need anything. You still have access to the NHS, as I've recently had to like find out for sure. So you still have access to the NHS as a European student, and they will treat you fantastically. Go NHS. Yeah, go ahead, AT.
I'll like suggest a European student, aspiring student who wants to come in September. Still, there's some time, and obviously, you guys have the funds from EU. So I think who wants to take the opportunity as a last, maybe, we don't know yet, but they should take the chance to come over in the UK for the education.
Yeah, exactly. I really think that it's going to be, I'm aware that my video quality is dropping every once in a while, and I'm very sorry to everyone. But I can't control my Wi-Fi anymore, apparently. It's just annoying me at the moment because it's just like waving around every once in a while. But yeah, what I was going to say is exactly that. I think not a lot will change on the relationship in between us and the UK, at least not for now. But we'll have to see as more and more information comes in. But I would definitely say, like, there is time to apply. We're just about to enter clearing as well. So that's going to be an interesting time where it's definitely still like worth applying. So get in touch at okstudent.co.uk/form so we can tell you more about clearing and how these applications can be done and how we can get you into a UK university for September 2020. Because we also know now that not a lot is going to change about enrollment, right? We were just talking about this before beginning our live.
Yeah.
Do you want to speak a bit about that, AT?
I just want to tell, like, the time is not up yet. You still have time and last chance to go to the university. If you want to get some help, just get in touch with our amazing team. And also, we will try our best. We'll do our best to help you out as fast as we can in whatever subjects and university you would like to go. Yes, Mariana?
Yeah, basically, like what I was going to say is in regards to, sorry, this connection is like very annoying me. Very annoying to me. Yeah, I can. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. It's clear now.
All right, so we're back.
Yeah, we're back.
Good. So I wanted to like go back to the topic that you're raising of like how are students going to prepare for the new year? Do you want to talk a bit about that and talk about like maybe pre-departure checklists and what students need to do before coming to this country?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, they must be very excited to having a rough ride. What they're thinking of because of the COVID situation, because the international students are stepping into the UK with a quarantine at this moment, maybe a 14 days, but it's mostly is going to be in at your place where you're going to stay. But we don't know yet if the situation is not gone worse. The quarantine will be lifted, and the government is going to review this rule end of the June. So first thing is like getting in touch with the students of your university from your country, or maybe from your subject, to get in touch with where you are going, the university, what subject you are going to study. Try to find their page in social media, because most universities and the courses have their pages in Facebook and Instagram. Yeah, and
Yeah, yeah.
you will find like the societies of your countries and the students are from like Facebook and Instagram. So the societies are a really good place to find and students or people from your own country and expand your network to find out the jobs, accommodation, and all of that stuff, because they're very helpful. They welcome you as your brother or sister from your country, and also give you a idea, or if you have any question, any queries, any, so you'll be more comfortable to go along with your own student, also take part of the activities like going to see and visit the places in different places in the UK, and also like familiarizing yourself with the city itself. So these are the things I would say, like every person who are intending to travel for September intake to take in, like, consider. And also,
Yeah, you just quick question. You just started a society, right, AT? Like congratulations. You did
yeah,
that thing of like starting a society. How was that process?
process was really really good. Like they've been very helpful, like NTSU, the student union, and me and few of my fellow students from Bangladesh, we were thinking to do or organize a society for a long time. So since when I started in NTU is back in 2015, and we were really like few students, like 4 or 5 max, including undergrad, postgrad, and PhD. So now we are more than 30, 35 students, and also we
That's
were,
great.
yeah, and we took part in the Global Week and all other like social and cultural events as a Bangladeshi representing Bangladeshi culture. So my fellow students, like the kind of like young friends who came, and we've been discussing to start a society, and we have like discussed with the student union. Then they have sent us a link to apply for to complete a society form with necessary steps. For example, they have to have 3 committee members and 10 paid members.
Hmm.
So, for example, president, general secretary, and treasurer. These are the 3 main person you have to have.
Yeah.
You must have to have like 10 committee members who are paid as well. So to complete the form and send it to the an NTSU to consider. And also, they don't really accept you or approve you like when you submit and easy. I mean, straight away. They have to put it into the meeting with all other society presidents. And if all other society presidents agree, then you get the approval. So luckily, we got the approval because all the uh, other societies actually approved, accepted our offer, as we are growing community in the campus. So we felt like we not only can actually organize all Bangladeshi students and bringing them under one umbrella. Also, we can actually collaborate with other societies like Indian societies, Chinese societies, Portuguese societies. So we actually can go out, make some plans, and mingle with other cultural I mean, students from other cultural background.
It's going to be great. It's going to be great. And like from what I know, most universities work like this, right? Where you can propose to have a society, you have to have a certain number of members, and then you get your society approved. So if you want to create a society in your own university, do go to your SU and ask them what's the process, because they're gonna help you so much, and suddenly you're gonna have like a whole new community.
Yes, definitely. And it's a kind of a legacy to me, what I feel like, the students from my country will be uh, like increasing in my campus in NTU, for example. So they will need certain sort of like recognition, and also a place where they all can meet up and they all can connect it with alumni and also the current students or who wants to be a student of NTU. So what we do, like
Exactly.
anybody is coming from Bangladesh now, so they easily find us in Facebook. They ask us about like the questions they have, and we are here to help them out. If I tell you,
Exactly.
like, if they need a part-time job, yes, bro, we will help you out to get it. We
We will
cannot.
help you find one.
Yes, and because we are like, for example, 30 students here, all of them are working part-time in some places. So that's how it works. Like if you are with your society, then you'll find that the finding a job is not very difficult, or finding an
Exactly.
accommodation is not difficult at all.
Exactly. So I wanted to like do like two quick questions that Martin has posted here. The first one says, "Congrats. What kind of events and activities are you planning to organize with your new society?" And you've answered a bit of this already by saying that like you want to help people find jobs, you want to help. Are you planning other activities?
For example, Welcome Week. During the Welcome Week, we want to welcome our students from Bangladesh, and also we will be open to them if they have any question and if they require any help to complete their find their accommodation, complete their NI form, or registering with the GP, which also the part of university service. But we feel maybe if students feel more comfortable, so we know already what to do and where to go and whom. So we have the students here who will work voluntarily with the students, not only for Bangladeshi students. We may help other students too. So we'll be in the campus, and secondly, like we will organize some trips in the places. For example, mainly we'll go to the seaside because students wants to enjoy their time, and also a few students who wants to explore the nightlife as well. So maybe they will organize from my fellow students the parties and also the house parties, also the night out activities proposed by the student union. And
Nice.
and third thing is like we want to collaborate with like City Life and Orca students sometime in advance for any of the events they have. And definitely our cultural events are on top because
Of
university have
course.
the global week. We will participate in that, and also we will have 2 3 lunch events celebrating
That's great.
our like first day, New Year, Bangla New Year. So we did it last time, and we had celebrated our food festival, like which call Shankranti in Bengali, which is like making like pitas and stuff, which is very traditional. So we try to do that. Whichever like resources we have in the UK, we try to all get them all together, organize it in our global lounge. And I remember Nick was there. He was invited.
That's great.
Yeah. So
Maybe we can all go as a team this year and support you in this new society.
that's great. That was great. In last global week, we had an amazing time in our stall. We were so busy, like even I wasn't able to go to the stall. I was so busy.
Oh yeah, I remember I met you like behind the stall as we like because we couldn't like be in front of the people because there was too much.
That was too much. Yeah.
All
Great.
right. So Martin has also asked a really important question, what is the student unions about?
Students union is about all about students, which is like
Exactly.
a formal body of a university where all the students basically goes and stay active with their all sort of maybe problems, maybe issues, or maybe like the activities like sports or
Yeah. So
cricket.
they are just one correction where they are effectively like independent of universities. So they're
Yeah.
normally registered as charities, which is quite good because you can go to them with problems that you're having with the university themselves because they're
Mhm.
not a part of the university. So it's quite good. They have their own budget, they have their own like organization, and honestly, if you have any issue whatsoever, go to your students union. Yeah.
Yeah.
They also have mental health resources a lot of the times.
Hmm.
So, yeah, which ends up being really good if you need support. If you're feeling homesick, there's always resources in your students' union.
And they run elections every year to elect an vice president, vice president, and all other committee members. Then students take part in those voting, and it gives an like a democratic practice from the institution where students are not only learning like academic stuff, they're also practicing like democracy or politics.
Exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. So there are like several ways, and Martin has commented this as well, where there are several ways that you can work with the students' union. And
Mhm.
that's a lot related to what we were talking about in regards to work, where you can also apply to like, you can also apply now, run to be president of your students' union or to be part of this democratic structure. But you can also get a job directly with students' union as being a student ambassador, or being a mentor, or being
Mhm.
someone of the sort. So it is quite a good thing to do, is to get involved with your students' union or even create your own society like AT has done.
That's really great.
Yeah, students' union honestly are one of the best things. Yeah, in universities in the UK because they'll also support strikes and workers' rights if necessary. They were instrumental in the recent strikes, in the recent academic strikes
Mhm.
in several universities. So it is like a really good chance for you to do not only do some activism, but also get a really meaningful job and get a lot of important experience on the way as well.
Great. Yes, it does.
I'm looking forward because it's Pride Month, and Joanna, one of our colleagues, has recorded a video about Pride Month and about the resources that student unions have for LGBTQIA plus
Yeah.
students. So I'm looking forward to speaking to Joanna on one of these live sessions as well about all of these resources and what student unions have to offer LGBTQIA plus students and how
Yeah.
they can help. I know that there's a lot about religious diversity as well that student unions help a lot with.
Yes, it does.
I don't know if you want to talk a bit about that, AT.
Yes, I mean they're very, very soft about like the faiths, and they're very caring about everybody's individual feelings on religion or beliefs. So, for example, as a Muslim, I have my place in Nottingham Trent University and in the library as well, organized by Student Union through the society. We have an Islamic society run by the students, which are approved by the Student Union, and also we get funds, we get all the other equipment and resources where we needed it when we were in the campus. And also I've seen like they're very much active with all other religious groups as well. They have given the space or the opportunities, and they are basically giving a hand to fulfill the resource of those other religious students who wants to have their own societies or maybe a group. And also for the LGBT, I've seen like they're very active and very positive, and they have supported them all the way through the prides, and also posting their rights and all, and employing them in the same time. It's really, really great. Showing the compassionate stuff is
Yeah,
really encouraged me, and that's called the diversity.
Exactly. It's like it's amazing how student unions promote diversity within our student body. Um, in regards to the video that I mentioned, in the meanwhile, our marketing department has informed me that the video about Joanna's video about student unions resources for LGBTQIA plus students is coming out tomorrow. We're going to try to premiere it on our channels live. So around midday, still to be confirmed, but kind of around midday, you can expect a new video from us about everything that the student union does for LGBTQIA plus students. Woof! Sometimes this acronym is difficult even for me to say. AT, this was a great chat. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Mariana, for inviting me. And it was really fun. It is always fun, and I enjoy a lot talking and discussing with you. Sometimes I get really nostalgic, maybe looking back in the road, and I think you feel the same.
Yeah, definitely.
And of course, we will do a few more in future.
Yes, stay tuned for every Thursday at 2 p.m.
Yeah. 2 p.m. So you will get lots of other advisors from OK students who will share their experience, and this is amazing. Like getting to know the UK and the UK higher education before you start.
Exactly. And I heard that you're doing a new Q&A session with the students. Can you tell me a bit about that?
So I'm planning to have a short, like half an hour length of Q&A kind of live session with the students from different universities. So mostly international, who will tell like how is the UK, why they choose, and what are the facilities and stuff they're getting from the uni, and also how they are being treated or also cared during the COVID situation.
That sounds so important, and I think that any student who's looking to apply for a UK university definitely should tune in to our new live sessions to talk to some of our students or some of the current international students in these universities.
Right.
I also want to mention that we're on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. So drop us your comments, talk to us, send us some messages. We're also on Medium at medium.com/@OKstudent. And we're looking for creators for any sort of content. So if you want to write an article about your experience, if you want to send us a video, if you want to send us some art that you've done, definitely feel free to send us everything you want to info@okstudent.co.uk. Yes. AT, thank you so much. Thank you to everyone that has been watching us, and thank you to everyone who asked us questions. This was a great time. Anything else you want to say?
Thank you, Mariana, and thank you everybody who have watched us. And please, I will see you all again. Maybe.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.